All right, folks, we're back in here. PGA Championship week, HandyKap Sports Podcast, episode 16, I believe. This is week 16. We got RK, top right shelf, bottom row, NBC Sports. Guy looks like Bob Costas, bottom shelf, JK. Fellas, second major of the year coming up this week at Oak Hill up in Rochester, New York. It should be a good one. I listened to all the player interviews today that they went through. It seems like it's a very tough course after the restoration in 2019, 2020. Do you guys have any early thoughts on the second major of the year this week?
Did you see any of the interviews with the guy who did the restoration?
Did not.
No. It's pretty interesting how he had to convince all the members about taking down a lot of trees and making a lot of changes. So hopefully, I just hope it plays hard.
The rough is thick. I saw some videos today of like them dropping balls in the rough.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, it looks very thick. Not U.S. Open like wingfoot thick, but it's good. Jacob, I saw your tweet today. You think the winner's going to be around 4 under?
Yes.
I'm like I said, I'd be very happy if the winner's like around 6 under or less. I mean, I think JT and Zalatoris went to the playoff at about 7 under last year. That was pretty good. So I'm hoping it's right around 5.
Yeah. It's going to be right around 5. Dad, going back to your comment regarding the trees, they had this tournament in 2013 where Jason Duffner won. The course was completely different. That course was more of a positional target track accuracy. Now with these trees down, you gotta dial in on the bombers. Like the thing is on this track, the fairways are still very narrow. If you miss the fairway by 2 feet, and if you miss the fairway by 30 feet, it's no difference because you could get to the green. You could take pretty much the same avenues. There's different strategy in doing that. So the trees, the minimal trees is the biggest thing. I think it was like they cut down 600 trees or something like that. So that's going to be a big thing about it. The rough, obviously, it's going to be the rough, but you got to dial in on your ball strikers, your good drivers of the golf ball, who play well in the Northeast. I know some of the live guys play well in the Northeast. DJ, Koepka. I don't know if you guys think they could win, but moving forward here now, who do you guys think will win this year's PGA Championship? JK, I'll start with you.
I definitely like I say, I'm a Justin Thomas guy, day in, day out, 24/7, 365. So I'll always say that name. But I know he hasn't been playing that well this year, but his game I just think is made for majors, and he proved it last year in the Open Championship. Cam Young, it's just a name that
Cam Young
works like this. I'm never going to count his name out, even though he's so early in his career. I would be surprised if he doesn't win a major in the next 3 years. So I'm always going to keep his name floating around there. I'm always hoping for Finau to make a run. He played pretty well 2-3 weeks ago when he got his first win under his belt. I can do better. But we'll see.
We got some background noise going on.
Yeah, my bad. I had another link open.
Okay.
But right before I said that, Finau played well his last time he went out there. He won a tournament when it was between him and Rahm. Maybe that gave him some juice. So I don't know. I'm looking at those 3 guys: JT, Cam Young, and Finau.
And I like what you say about Finau. The thing with Finau is like if you look at his approach numbers, they have been absolutely stellar. He has the win at Mexico, and a lot of the narrative on Finau is like the guy can't win in like strong fields. If we take a look at 2021, Finau took down Jon Rahm and Cam Smith at Liberty National in Jersey City. He won that tournament at like 21 under. He took down Rahm and Cam Smith. So to say he can't, play with the big dogs is very foolish, and I agree with you. I think Finau has a very good chance to win this week, just the way he's been playing. But with that being said, with those 3 picks, RK, who do you like this week to win?
My pick for this week with I didn't spend too much time studying it. My pick is Cam Young to win the whole thing. You have a guy who's He's a Northeast player. This is a, it's not that maybe has similarities to his home course.
It's a little different than Sleepy Hollow, but same type of thing.
It's a tough, demanding course, Northeast. Mayweather is a lot different than June and July when you typically see a Northeast course being played for the U.S. Open or the PGA when it used to be contested in July. So you have not that it's going to be cold. I think the weather.
No, it is going to be cold. It's going to be in the morning. It's going to be brisk. It's going to be like, well, I'll say this. Thursday
I like
morning.
Cam Young. I like Cam Young even more. And he's got the new caddy, and he's a tough kid. He's Northeast guy. It's easy to say John Rahm is going to win it, but you got to go with somebody that's maybe getting a little more value than John Rahm. But my pick for a top 10, a top 5, and a winner is Cam Young.
Very nice. Love that. I do like Cam Young a lot. I know a lot of people are kind of counting him out this week. A lot of people said this would be the week that he's going to win. But coming off a tough week, I think it was at the Heritage, losing a couple on approach and not playing too well there. People have been down on them. But if we look at the big three guys at the top of the board, Rahm, Scheffler, and Rory, who do you guys 1 to 3?
First of all, Jacob, can we stop saying top 3? Can we just say the top 2 guys?
No, I'm saying on the betting board. I agree with you, but they're the top 3 on the betting board. Who do you think finishes 1, 2, 3 out of Rahm, Scheffler, and Rory?
That order.
Rahm, Scheffler, Rory.
I agree.
Do you think Scheffler could win this tournament?
No chance.
No chance.
That's an awful take.
That's a crazy take.
What do I tell you?
All right, Nate.
The guy, last time he played in the cold weather, he had to have a guy carry a vest around with him and put it on and off. And what's he going to do? He's going to have 3 guys carry a jacket with him?
Didn't he win?
Not going to happen. Doesn't matter. It's not going to happen.
Also, since
he's a little too soft for a course like this.
All right, well, he'll. I mean,
he might make the cut, finish top 25, but he's not going to win.
He might make the cut.
Rory probably won't win either. Rory may not make the cut.
Well, Rory's wife is from this area.
Who cares?
She's not playing.
Can I say something? Since October 2022, Scottie Scheffler has failed to finish outside the top 12. So all of a sudden, he's just going to miss the cut to you?
I didn't say he was going to miss the cut. Top 25.
All right.
Okay. No, I can see top 25.
I just don't see him winning. What did he do last week? Did he win?
Hot take. I don't see him winning.
Did he win last week in a weak field?
No, I mean that's the reason why I like Rahm. I mean, not the reason why, but part of the reason why I like Rahm over him because
it's
he folded in that weak field, and
guys who play well on hard courses. I just don't see Scotty. Does he ever play? Like, how does he do in U.S. Open, Scotty? Has he ever been top? Has he done well in a real U.S. Open when the conditions are tough? I feel like we haven't had a tough U.S. Open in a while.
Like last year, was that not tough?
I don't know. Where did they play last year?
At Brookline in Boston.
Yeah, they played.
Fitzpatrick won, I think, around like 6 or 7 under.
And I think a lot of people are sleeping on him this week. And I think a lot of people are sleeping on the Europeans. You got Fitzpatrick. You got Hatton. I think Lowry might play.
Well, Hatton's a very tough dude. Lowry's a tough dude.
I mean,
yeah. We'll see what happens. I just I don't mind Scheffler. I don't have a problem with Scheffler. I just don't see him. I just don't see it happening. I just just doesn't seem like a course that like a howdy doody type guy wins.
Yeah, no,
he's a little too like. He's a great player. Just don't see it.
Just say he's a little soft. He's a little soft.
Okay,
he's a cupcake.
Dad, I got one question.
I'm listening.
Oh boy,
you froze that question. Let's see if he comes back. Are you with me, Jakey?
Yeah. Do you hear me?
Now we do. What was the one? What was the one question?
First featured group, 8 a.m. on Thursday. Who do you have going into the weekend with the best score? Scheffler.
You're breaking up again. Who's in the group, Jacob? The first featured group, Scheffler, and who else?
It's hold up. JK.
He's froze. It's okay. He'll come back.
It's
He'll come back to life when he realizes that Scotty's not going to win.
Here, I got it right here. It's Scheffler, Brooks, and Gary Woodland.
Either Scotty or Woodland.
To finish better in that group.
Yeah. Jacob,
John's going to rejoin here.
Yeah, he'll come back.
He'll come back. I did want to touch upon two other players who
go for it.
Have been playing very, very well. I'm just going to tell them to hop back in.
Know who else could play?
There
might do well.
Sorry.
There he is. Now he's back. The big fella.
Did you guys hear what I said?
Well, we figured out who's in the group. You have Scheffler,
Koepka,
and Gary.
I think it'll be Woodland or Koepka to win that group.
No, you said Scheffler.
Yeah, right, not Koepka. Scheffler or Woodland.
So do you think? Let me ask you this now. Do you think Koepka struggles because his Northeast dominance is a real thing?
Nope, he's going to struggle. He hasn't played a hard golf course in 2 years.
He just played Augusta.
That's not a hard golf course.
Also, Koepka's in
it's not hard. There's no rough.
Jacob, he's right. It's not.
I think Augusta's kind of tough. No,
mentally tough and tough greens.
The
course itself is not tough.
I agree with RK on this one. I think not that. I mean, Brooks isn't the type of guy to let pressure get to him too much. He's probably one of the best when it comes to that, though. But when you see he's in a group with Scheffler in the feature group area, he's going to have a bunch of fans around. He'll be being watched the entire time. At Augusta, his first 3 rounds, he was pretty much not even watched by anyone due to weather and not being in a featured group. That's fair, yeah. He'll have a lot more attention on him this time.
No, for sure.
We'll see what he does on a harder course.
Agree with that.
He hasn't played a hard course.
Right.
In over a year.
That. Yeah.
Whatever. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens there.
You're asking for an opinion. I'm giving you my opinion.
Yeah. They threw three live guys in featured groups. They got Mickelson with Fowler and Cantlay, and then they got Dustin Johnson in a featured group with someone.
You guys think DJ has any success this week? Another player, Northeast dominant.
Nope.
Okay.
Hasn't played a tough course.
But he just won that live tournament.
Again, he hasn't played
at the Muni course.
Yeah, you see those fucking tee boxes? They're all fucking beaten up.
Did you see the dirt? It was disgusting.
Yeah.
But that was a joke.
Oh, I'll tell you. We'll talk about live. Digress for 1 moment.
Go ahead.
So they go to a playoff, and what's the station they're on? CW, is that what that's called?
CW 11, yeah.
They left the playoff to go to the regular scheduled program, so none of the playoff was.
I saw that.
Unbelievable.
So I do want to change attention. We're going to go down the list a little bit more. 2 golfers who have both been playing extremely well, extremely consistent on approach, just finding themselves T5s, T10s, whatever it is. Xander Schauffele and Patrick Cantlay. Can you see any of those players winning this week?
Schauffele ahead of Cantlay.
I agree.
Okay, how about you?
Always a Schauffele guy.
Cantlay is one of the best bent grass putters on the PGA Tour.
I feel like he doesn't win.
The thing is, he's
a top 10 machine. I get that, but
no, he really is a top 10 machine. But I just think both of them are just playing so well right now. That's just like Cantlay's got to get that major win. Xander's got to get that major win. I don't know. It might not be here, but I think they both have a very good chance by the way they're playing right now.
Yeah.
But we'll see with those 2 cats. Moving down the line a little bit, you got guys like Morikawa. You got guys like Homa. You got guys like Hovland.
Homa's a pretty good hard course player.
Yeah, he plays Torrey very well. He plays Pebble well. He
Riv.
He plays Riv well.
He might do well.
I think you'll have a lot more Homa talk in about a month from now than right now when they're at LACC.
Yeah, people are looking forward to that one for him. Any love for Morikawa this week? I know there's no distance there with him, but his long iron play is exceptional. I know he's been struggling in short with his short game a little bit.
I think you have a hard. I think it'll be hard for a guy that's struggling to come in here and win.
Agreed. I think you need to be in a very good form to win here for sure. I totally agree with that.
And you got to be pretty strong mentally. That's why I like Cam Young.
Like it. I want to turn attention to one more guy.
Go for it.
Hasn't been playing too well. He's a live guy. Hasn't been playing too well. Kind of starting to find his way in the strokes gained category. He's been losing a ton. He's finally gaining a couple here and there. Came in 5th last week. Bryson. Wingfoot is a big time comp course here. He won that back in 2020 COVID year. Do we see any Bryson success this week?
He's a completely different player than he was then. He doesn't. I don't. I'd be surprised he made the cut.
So if we're talking live guys, which live player do you guys think plays the best this week?
Cam Smith or Brooks Koepka? I don't see any others.
I could see DJ being the best.
Yeah,
one.
If I had to pick one, I'd probably pick DJ. But I'm hoping that they all play like shit.
So am I. But in terms of betting and DFS purposes, these guys are coming in very low owned.
Yeah.
What? They're coming very low owned.
I don't play too much of that. I'll do a couple pools. I probably won't put any live guy in a pool, unless I do an all live team.
Could do that too.
Speaking of pools, if anyone's listening to this and needs to get in a pool, reach out to me. Same pool as the Masters. My boy Bevo runs a nice pool. So feel free to reach out if you want to join the pool if you're listening.
It's a gorgeous plug right there. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good one this week. It's going to be hard. It might be a little bit cold in the mornings.
And what is it? It starts on ESPN, right? For Thursday, Friday?
I think so.
I think ESPN Plus featured groups in the morning and then ESPN throughout. Golf coverage needs to figure it out a little bit.
Yeah, it's not been great.
John, don't give out your ESPN Plus credentials on this. Blow the thing up.
Trust me, enough people have my ESPN Plus credentials. I don't need anyone else having them.
I'm on that thing.
3 people on this stream.
I'm on that thing for real. Oh, wow, Paul Casey withdrew 3 hours ago, so Paul Casey won't be in. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, it's
John Daly withdrew.
Mm-hmm.
Saw that.
Do we think Phil finds any success this week?
Nope.
No success for Phil.
Jacob, I know where you're coming from, and I know we're talking about all the names, but I agree with Dad.
There's a casino nearby. He might find some success there.
This is not Augusta National. This is not Augusta National. Phil's not going to be able to recover from being in the rough at this course like he's able to recover from being in the pine straws at Augusta National.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I just wanted to get you guys 2 cents there.
Yeah.
I agree. It's got to be that dog. It's got to be like a guy like a Rom, like you said. It's got to be a guy like a Cam Young. So
let's see what happens.
We'll see what happens. Guy. Yeah, exactly. Big strong guy. We'll see what happens this week. The course looks insane. Just watching videos and watching a few practices.
There's no rain coming, right?
I mean, we're supposed to get. So I have the weather report. Let me pull. I'll read you guys some notes that I took real quick. Just give me 1 second right here. So here's the weather shit going on. Shouldn't see any rain the first day, which be firm and fast. Course plays incredibly long. Early morning tee time is a disadvantage due to weather being brisk. Ball simply won't travel long. Thursdays will be high 50 in the afternoon. Friday's gorgeous, 49, 50-ish in the AM. 2 p.m. will be in the 70s. Saturday might be a rainy day. High on Sunday is 54 degrees. Overcast, cold, wet course.
Bad choice for me.
So it's advantageous if you're taking a PM AM guy or AM PM guy?
Honestly, I wouldn't even say that because Friday morning too
Okay.
might be pretty bad too. I'm not one to really hone in on the wave shit like that. If I think my guy's going to play well throughout the whole week, I'm riding my guy.
I agree with you, Jacob.
I don't care when he plays.
JT gets screwed every freaking week on this freaking waves.
But yeah, big one this week. PGA Championship, second major of the year. Very excited. Very excited. We got our picks in here. Switching gears a little bit, let's go NBA talk real quick. Nuggets Lakers on right now. My girlfriend just turned off the TV, so
I'll give you the score.
Right now.
I just checked. I saw Jokic has 12 rebounds.
37-27.
Isn't it ridiculous how he doesn't win the MVP over that?
Yeah, it's a joke.
I mean, it is a joke. It's a joke. I mean, we didn't even talk about that.
It's a joke.
Dad, I know we were watching that a little bit of the first half together. I mean, the third quarter that the Celtics put together was tremendous.
That was
absolutely tremendous. Choke job by the Sixers. But Nuggets Lakers right now. What's the score of the game right now?
37-27 Denver.
And I think we all here think Nuggets roll.
I hope they.
I just don't want to see. I don't want to see the Lakers advance.
Can you see them advancing?
Yeah, the Lakers have a good squad. They got Reeves playing great. They have a lot. Their bench is getting a lot of performance. Anthony Davis has been putting back-to-back games together. LeBron James is, as much as I can't stand him, the guy's playing unbelievable. But I think that they're a team. Denver's a team, and I think the team will probably prevail. I hope they do. And I hope that, I think that this might be their year. And, I hope so. They're together. They play as a great team. They don't have that much big names. They have a Joker, and they have Murray. And
outside of that, it's like
Porter. It's just a lot of good, solid players.
Good role players. Nothing wrong with that.
But when you have a guy that makes everybody better, it's unbelievable. So the Joker, he's played 11 minutes, 8 points, 12 boards, 5 assists. That's pretty damn good.
It's pretty sick. I just checked. They're up 44-27 now.
There we go. Yeah,
they might sweep them. So that's going on right now.
I'd just like to see them get the first game, then we'll worry about the next one.
One other thing about this series, they were talking about it right before the game. I didn't really think about it too much. The altitude, heavy home court advantage. Teams can get winded, and the Lakers, like LeBron and AD, they could get very tired. You never know. They didn't have to give everything in the Warriors series in some of those games. They had some of those games locked up.
Yeah,
they didn't have to play full minutes.
No, that's true.
Like full hard minutes. I mean, like it seemed like in the Celtics Sixers series, it was.
Yeah.
Want to talk about the Knicks? Although it sucks.
Yeah, I guess they exceeded expectations, but when you have the home court advantage against the 8 seed, you should win. And they, I don't know what happened to him. I think Tibbs got out coached. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets fired. And
what do you think we do with Randall?
I feel bad for Randall. The guy had a great year, and for some reason he had lost all his confidence in the playoff. Although he had basically all okay games except for 2 bad ones. One against one in the first series against Cleveland, and one against Miami. But Brunson was unreal.
Yeah, Brunson's unreal. I will say this about Knicks fans are just very brutal on their players if they're playing bad.
Yeah, why not?
Like so brutal. Like Jules to me is just like a love-hate relationship. Like he's unbelievable. And then it's just I don't know. I can't read him.
You guys think Tibbs will keep his job?
No.
I hope not, to be honest with you. The whole thing with Jules, he's been in the playoffs twice with the Knicks. 2 pretty bad playoffs, in my opinion. Both times. Hasn't really proven much in the playoffs. But the one thing I think it was very odd between Randall and Tibbs, and that's his guy. He didn't play he wasn't playing much in the beginning of the fourth quarter, and that was right before the Heat went on their run in Game 6. And then he goes on the floor, and he has zero confidence, doesn't want to take a shot. If he takes a shot, he's taking an awful shot. Doesn't even seem like he's playing that hard defensively. There's just something. I don't know if it was something like it's Brunson's team now, and he feels like he's a second or third fiddle. I don't know. I wouldn't hate if Jules was gone, if Thibs was gone, and if they can make a big trade and get someone who's better than Brunson, and keep Brunson, and have a 2-man game. I mean,
if they get rid of Tibbs,
it's what you need now. And I think you got to get rid of Brunson or Barrett. Randall or Barrett. Obviously, if you're keeping Brunson, you're not giving him up for anything.
Got to get rid of Barrett. Got to get rid of Barrett.
Look at the playoffs right now. You got Jokic, Murray, Braun, AD, Tatum, Brown, Bam, Jimmy. You need.
Bam's not that good.
I know, but I'm saying then if the Knicks can.
I like to see the Knicks pick up is
Towns.
Jay Wright as a coach.
That would be great. I mean,
I could see him going to Philly too. Doc Rivers just got dismissed as well.
Yeah, he got fired. The guy can't win Game 7. Doesn't surprise me that he got fired. We'll see what happens in the offseason. You guys see San Antonio got the number 1 pick?
Mm-hmm. They're going to get
Wembanyama.
Who's that, the European guy?
Yeah.
We'll see how good he is. Who knows? But, yeah. So who do you guys like in the East? You think Miami can stay hot? Or you think Boston's going to roll over?
I don't want to say Boston's going to roll over them. Boston was supposed to roll over their last 2 opponents, but they went to Game 7 both times. I like Boston to win the series, probably in 6.
Yeah, this is what I'll say. You think Boston would absolutely roll over the Heat, but just given Boston just went through a very tough series. Spo against this clown, night and day. If they could get it to 2-2 going to Game 5,
he could win.
Then he could win for sure. I agree. That one starts tomorrow in Boston.
I don't have a lot of confidence in Miami in Boston for some reason. I don't know why.
I had more confidence in them last year.
Yeah.
Opposed to this year. Maybe they need Brad Stevens to come down and coach the team.
I'm sure he's got his hands in the mix.
That would be special.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the NBA playoffs. I know we don't really do much NHL, but
no NHL, no MLB. Not for me.
NHL right now it's not very good. There's the 4 teams left, not too much interest.
Who are the 4 teams left?
Hurricanes against the Panthers. I think the Hurricanes are going to win that series.
Oh, that's horrific.
Panthers are an 8 seed. Both Florida 8 seeds, Miami Heat and Florida Panthers. And then you got the Dallas Stars against the Vegas Golden Knights.
Dad, can you name anyone on those NHL teams?
I can't name anyone. I can barely name anyone on the Rangers.
Name one player on the Rangers.
John, don't ask me such a silly question.
I actually can't name one.
You don't know the first name of the goalie of the Rangers.
I know who he is.
He knows who he is.
Come on, don't embarrass yourself.
John, I actually couldn't name one player in this Final Four for hockey.
All right, watch more hockey.
Yeah.
All right. So what do we got? Big week. Golf coming up. When did they start? Thursday. So Thursday. we have a strong opinion on Cam Young. Let's see if
Cam Young. Let's go, Cam Young.
You like him too, Jakey?
I do like Cam Young actually.
Okay.
I like him. I like him a lot because a lot of people are down on him this week, and I like when I hate being with the community. I like when I'm the only one who likes the player who's on a guy, and yeah, I like Cam Young this week. I do. I would like to see him win.
Is he a majority choice?
No, he's coming in a little low. I think he's priced around
plus 3,000.
Oh yeah, that, and then in the DFS space, I have ownership percentages, and a lot of this team is being picked up by like guys like Xander, and Cantlay. Cam Young's coming up around 10%. I listened to Cam Young's press conference. He seems locked in. He seems like he really loves the course.
It's impressive he gets a conference.
Yeah. But yeah, excited to see what he does this week. Very excited. This is one of my just reading up and researching this course. I can't wait to see it.
No, it should be good. It's a real test. So it's a championship golf course. We'll see how they do, and they're playing up in the Northeast, Rochester, New York. Should be good.
Mm-hmm.
And John, just Igor. Is that who you're looking for?
Igor.
Okay.
All right, folks.
fellas.
Another edition. We'll see you
Good
folks
job.
later.
Good job, boys.
Bye, guys.